Hey there, guys. Today, we're going to be live reacting to Shigaraki vs. Mahito. Probably. Originally, it was going to come out on the 30th, which is tomorrow and stuff. But apparently, it's coming out today. So, yeah. That's 4 minutes now until this stream starts. Oh, what's going on? Hello? Oh, no. What's going on? What's going on? Okay.
Now,
Okay.
the
That
game
war is about to go.
for wrath.
Okay, guys. I feel like Mahito is going to win this death battle. Yeah, Mahito. I am actually a massive My Hero Academia fan. I've seen the entire series. But if you look at the rules of Jujutsu Kaisen, Mahito had a better chance of winning. Like, I feel like Death Battle might do that. And this is actually the first time I've actually looked at, like, what was it called? Well, the research analysis videos. The pre-research analysis videos, I'm going to say. Basically, of what I can tell, they were only covering Shigaraki's decay in his research analysis video, while Mahito was being covered fully in his. Are they being a bit biased on Shigaraki? I don't know. He does have All For One. And by what version of him they're using for this fight, he might have that quirk. And guys, don't mind me. I'm just being a bean right now. And that's just meant to be a joke. I wonder. People might be. No one is on my live stream right now. Yes, I do this, guys. Sorry. And guys, I have looked at what the song is, which is right down here, Skin Deep. Not sure how it's gonna be. Originally, I was thinking it was gonna be like a Therewolf Media song, which it is, but with female vocals, not vocals done by Brandon Yates. But I bet this entire fight is going to be like, as probably they call it, cooking or cook. I'm not sure. Despite I'm Gen Z, yes, I'm in that generation. I do know, like, I don't know all the lingo. Okay, here we go. This.
best
Okay,
200-word essay in 10
commercial.
minutes will win $200.
I think I'll win.
No, I'm gonna win.
Okay, skip that. What is it? Product. No, sure, I'll check that out. Like a storage thing. What the heck? Yeah, it's very slow right now. Well, my end. Hold on. No controversy. 10, 9,
Shigaraki versus Mahito. The
What's going on?
symbol of fear versus the human disaster curse. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Oh.
And it's our job to analyze their
Okay.
weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay, this is very buggy, guys. On my end,
Tenko Shimura.
maybe I should like go like post game mark. The best. That helps. Is this some kind of internet problem?
Was just a sweet, shy boy who loved superheroes. But sometimes the hand of fate can't abide sweet, shy boys. Ruthlessly
I know how terrible this backstory is.
beaten and abused by his hero-hating father, Tenko pushed
Oh my god.
beyond his emotional limits until he
Oh, yeah,
activated
we
his
got
inherent
this now.
superpower, or quirk. It wasn't something cool like flight or super strength. In his terror, he accidentally killed
League of
his whole family. Well,
Yes,
except
there
for
was
Hero
also
Dad.
that
That one was intentional. Tenko wandered the streets alone, silently begging for someone, anyone, to help him. If only a hero was there to save him. But instead,
I don't know what that is. Wait, avocado is like that.
the only open hand he found belonged to the devil. All for one. The
Okay.
greatest supervillain in history.
He took Tenko
What's
under
going
his
on with
wing,
this?
feeding a hatred of everyone and everything, and grooming him
Is there something wrong with my
to
internet
one day
or
lead
something?
his league of villains in destroying hero society.
With that came a new name, Kobra Shigaraki, and an absolutely nightmarish quirk, Decay. It does what it says on the tin. Anything Shiggy touches with all 5 fingers turns to dust. The perfect power for someone who just wants to destroy. Pretty menacing, if not for that dorky-ass costume. I get it, hands are his thing, but come on, they just look so dumb and fake.
Oh, those aren't prosthetics. Those are real hands from his family that he killed, attached to his face, and explicitly commanded to be left there by his mentor so that he would never forget his rage.
Yep.
Okay.
Messed up.
While his use of decay started off relatively weak, it rapidly increased in power and range as Shigaraki came into his own.
Decay isn't even limited to whatever he's touching. Anything that touches something he's decaying,
Oh, there could be a sauce stubs up there. Okay.
also decays.
Spreading like an all-consuming miasma that can wipe out anything from an enormous tower to an entire city.
If decay reaches you, your only hope is to isolate the body part that is disintegrating before it gets to something vital.
After
Come on.
years of training with the greatest supervillain of all time, Shigaraki was finally put in charge of his own team with one mission. He must kill his master's rival, the #1 hero,
Unsuccessful.
All Might.
But my guy
Dude
can't
falls
do it.
flat on his face.
Shigaraki was a terrible leader, quick-tempered, short-sighted, and, well,
Cringe. Oh, he's just so cringe. He uses gamer lingo unironically. He whines like a baby when things don't go his way. He's the kind of guy who would say normie in real life in front of normies.
but they say defeat is the greatest
Ah, yes.
teacher of all. Only through struggle could Shigaraki manifest his dark conviction.
Right as All Might's new protege, Izuku Midoriya, was coming into his own as well.
These two rivals, the inheritors of their master's blood feud, would push themselves past their own limitations.
Especially when All Might and All For One double KO'd each other, leaving Shigaraki to lead the League of Villains all by himself.
And with the stakes higher than ever before, Shigaraki stepped up. He personally battled the monstrous Gigantomachia for a month and a half straight and conquered other villain organizations to create the Paranormal Liberation Front. Thousands of new soldiers for his personal army.
All to impress All For One's personal quack, Dr. Ujiko, who spent months upgrading Shigaraki's body to make it more like his sensei's. It might have been constant agony, but Shiggy went from Chud to Chad.
Ujiko's experimentation vastly increased Shigaraki's strength, speed, and durability, enough to match and surpass even All Might's absurd powers.
Sharing All Might's power between them, Deku and Bakugo were able to punch an island-sized hole in a cloud that reached 24 miles
Let's
into the
talk about
sky.
this thing,
Calculated that
okay.
before to be nearly 80
As previously determined.
million megatons of TNT, almost
Why
as
am I
much
saying
as the
that,
meteor
Pablo?
that wiped out the dinosaurs.
And Shigaraki can now move fast enough that his body produces hypersonic shockwaves and can even catch laser beams.
And he's tough enough
Roughly
to
like
survive Star and Stripes Intercontinental Ballistic Cruise Punch. Now the new name for my penis.
Wait, oh no. Ah.
Move over, gigantic Omega Storm. Anyway, it also made a blast so big it showed up against the curvature of the Earth.
Though he might seem invincible, when Shigaraki's body is pushed hard enough, he will evolve into a state of uncontrollable power.
So Decay became, no shit, more hands.
Shigaraki can spontaneously
What about the other quirks he's got? I mean, decay is his primary quirk, but what about All for One?
Generate flesh into existence, seemingly oceans of it in an instant, whenever he wants. He can even use it as a type of of it in an instant, whenever he wants. He can even use it as a type of armor to defend himself in close combat.
But that's nothing compared to Ujiko's greatest gift. Shigaraki wanted to be the new All for One. So what better way than the old man's quirk?
All for One's quirk, All for One, allows its user to steal and store quirks with just a touch.
And All for One has hundreds of them stored up, collected over the years.
Each quirk is connected to a memory of its user's essence in the form of a spirit, a vestige.
And like a piece of their soul. They exist in this kind of psychic world in Shigaraki's body and can even act as a spiritual defense should it be invaded.
And with those vestiges came quirks.
Yeah.
Super fast healing, air
Oh,
blasts, radio waves, flight, telekinesis, teleportation of others, and the ability to track foes.
He can even combine multiple quirks together, like in this big-ass electric Kamehameha.
However, any vestige stolen or destroyed will also remove that quirk from Shigaraki's repertoire. They're also sentient, and some can even fight for control.
Which is when the second shoe finally dropped. Because Shigaraki also got All for One's vestige, that means All for One was now in possession of a shiny new body that he'd spent the last 15 years molding for him to take over.
Shigaraki's entire existence was planned from the beginning. Why? Because All Might's previous mentor was Nana Shimura, Tenko's grandmother.
Oh, that's a mess with All Might. That is some next level hating right there.
He
Yeah,
manipulated Shigaraki's entire life, all for one purpose: to create a soul so corrupted it would grind away at All Might's perfect world, allowing All for One to take full control.
But All for One's possession wasn't complete, and Shiggy managed to fight his way back to the top, literally decaying
might
his
give
way
him a
through
bit of
vestiges in the
resistance.
process, all to fight his rival Deku one last time.
Despite Izuku's best efforts to save him, Shigaraki was too far gone. His spirit decayed by years of venomous hatred.
And the new symbol of hope defeated the new symbol of fear, burying All for One's grudge for good.
All that Shigaraki asked was to be remembered as the heartless destroyer he was raised to be, and not the broken, angry, crying little boy he really was deep inside.
For just that one moment, though, Shiggy got in Deku the only thing he'd been denied his whole life, the one thing his lifelong nihilistic tantrum was really all about. He got a hero who tried to save him.
Wow.
This battle is sponsored by Robin
Robin-
Hood Gold.
Okay.
With Robinhood Gold, you can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA
was going
match
on
on
earlier,
retirement
though?
contributions.
The privileges of the very privileged are no longer exclusive. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%.
Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8
Go back
times
to
the
me,
national savings average. The perks of the high net worth
Yeah,
are now
I'm
available for
available,
any
so-
network.
The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive your 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at robinhood.com/gold.
Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match and must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024.
JJJ.
Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC. Ever since Cain slew his brother Abel and wetted his fields with his blood, man's greatest fear has been his fellow man.
But what if this fear took on a life of its own?
What if all that negative emotion humans felt for one another spilled from their bodies and congealed, forming, over time, a living being fueled by malice, which believes in nothing but the law of the jungle?
Well, then you'd have the special grade curse with a patch face, Mahito. Oh, I've had people tell me I've become a human disaster curse when I've had too many mojitos.
Mahito is one of the deadliest beings to ever afflict mankind. He's no mere mortal, though, but a cursed spirit.
Shigaraki
Innumerable
gets
spirits
experience.
exist, weaker or stronger, depending on the amount of anxieties, jealousies, hatreds, and fears humans feel about them.
Like the fear of locusts, kind of weak, or the fear of smallpox, getting stronger, or the fear of fire. Oh, goodbye, Tokyo.
So it follows that mankind's fear of itself would be extremely powerful. Those negative emotions manifest as Mahito, a being composed of cursed energy.
It's basically like evil ki. Cursed energy can be used to make spirits way stronger, faster, and tougher than any normal human. And it's invisible, making curses like Mahito impossible for the untrained eye to see. Only a life or death situation can galvanize a normal person to see a cursed spirit.
That also makes cursed spirits virtually immune to physical damage. They may be physically present in space,
Yep.
but can only be harmed by attacks that embody spirit matter like cursed energy.
Which makes curses insanely hard to get rid of, like ghost cockroaches. Or my ex. That's a true sorcerer to come in and kaizen the shit out of them. They call it exorcism, but I like the way I said it better.
Curses and sorcerers have battled each other for millennia, waging an endless war over the fate of humanity. Almost exclusively in Japan, though, for some reason.
But Mahito is special. You see, most curses are basically dumb animals, but Mahito has so much cursed energy that it gave him sentience.
So he was recruited by Kenjaku alongside other special grade disaster curses to wreak havoc upon the world. In fact, they made Mahito their leader.
And even more frightening than intelligence and bloodlust, Mahito possessed philosophy.
Perhaps informed by the tragic meaninglessness of interhuman conflict, Mahito is an existential nihilist, believing in nothing but his own will to power. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and Mahito is the wolf.
Which also makes him kind of a goofball. If nothing matters, why not have fun with the
Yeah,
slaughter?
that's
Really get your steps in. He loves to dig around and toy with your emotions like a cartoon character before slitting your throat.
An appropriate analogy considering his curse technique, idol transfiguration.
Using his cursed energy, Mahito can control anyone's soul with just a touch, including his own. In fact, he's so good at manipulating his own soul that you can't even kill the bastard without directly
Yep.
targeting it.
In Jujutsu Kaisen, the soul and the body share an immutable connection. Whatever happens to the
Oh.
former affects the latter.
This lets Mahito squash, stretch, and shape-shift his body into literally anything he wants, like Play-Doh. He can turn his limbs into blades or clubs, grow wings like a bird or fins like a fish, reform his body around injuries, or even create clones.
Curse users are naturally unharmed by their own ability. Should he touch a human, though, his alterations to their body are instantly
then.
fatal.
And since he's attacking your soul,
Oh,
those
yeah,
physical wounds are gonna be
See?
impossible to heal.
Even if his alteration isn't directly fatal, the human body won't last more than a few moments in a transfigured state.
All that with one touch. God, I thought herpes was bad.
His powers mean Mahito treats humans as effectively disposable dolls that he can gleefully experiment on. The more casualties, the better, especially if he gets to break your spirit first and watch you suffer.
Even more twisted is when he combines two transfigured humans together for soul multiplicity. Essentially a giant torrent of body horror flesh that he repels at an opponent. Ugh.
Mahito is unbelievably creative with his application of idol transfiguration, and despite being a newborn curse, consistently keeps experienced sorcerers on the back foot.
It helps that he's a quick study who's picked up a number of different curse techniques, like the Black Flash.
By applying cursed energy within 1 microsecond of an impact with an enemy, space itself will distort, exponentially amplifying its force by a factor of 2.5.
Not only does this hurt like a mother, it restores your curse technique and gets you fully in the zone.
And would require reflexes moving nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. It's no surprise then that Mahito also unlocked the pinnacle of sorcerer techniques, the domain expansion.
Oh shit! More hands! A domain is like a barrier of cursed energy, but if you're caught inside, Mahito can use idol transfiguration instantly without even needing to touch you.
It's called the self-embodiment of perfection, the ultimate expression of Mahito's absolute control over his
Probably where the
victim's
killing
body
blow is going
and
to take
soul.
place.
The only time it ever failed was against the student sorcerer and Mahito's archenemy, Yuji Itadori.
Because not only was Yuji a barf-inducing goody little two-shoes who believed in the inalienable rights of all living things, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
he also had a curse inside of him,
The king of curses, Sukuna.
which meant Mahito's ability affected both souls in Yuji's body. Sukuna didn't like that. no surprise, and kicked Mahito's ass, forcing Patchface to fight with a handicap whenever facing his pink-haired menace.
Yuji's belief in the value of human life flew directly in the face of the world that Mahito knew to be cruel and meaningless. So he made it his mission to crush Yuji's spirit before killing him, murdering his friends, defiling their corpses, and brutally battering him before going in for the kill.
And he's got the strength to do it. Mahito's one of the most powerful curses in the world, and his growth is exponential.
Fellow disaster curse Jogo was able to summon a massive meteor capable of reducing the city of Shibuya to ash.
That'd take an energy of over 800 kilotons of TNT.
And Mahito can take as good as he can give, especially when, in the throes of struggle against Yuji, he evolved, unlocking a vastly more powerful form, the instant body of distorted killing.
Complete with armored exoskeleton and arm blades, this was a taste of the almighty curse Mahito was growing into, a true blight on all mankind.
It wouldn't last. In a bitter battle of resolve, Yuji won out. In a dog-eat-dog world, there was now a bigger wolf.
So he tucked tail and ran away like a bitch. And what do you know? Life suddenly became a whole lot more meaningful the second it looked like it was about to end.
All that gleeful nihilism, just a bitter hypocrisy in the end.
For him, maybe, but Mahito found a convert in his archenemy. After a battle that wiped out thousands of innocent people, Yuji's youthful spirit was gone. The only thing left that mattered was exorcising this curse.
In a way, that was Mahito's final victory, the destruction of another human being's soul. He may not have been around to see it, but the curse Mahito inflicted on the world would bring it to its knees.
Oh, wow.
Hey, do you see that join button? Yeah, that one. That's your ticket to being a Death Battle champion. As a champion, you get all sorts of exclusive Death Battle content, like extra videos, live chats, and sending us your own matchup ideas. And the support helps us make even more Death Battle. So thank you for being a champion. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
That's about time. Let's go. Here we go. Whoa. Oh, they can
I
do it
heard
now.
of a powerful villain stalking these parts. My organization is going to tear this putrid world down around us. We could use a freak of your talents.
Little old me. Do I want to be king of the social rejects? How about I bring them your head instead?
Fine by me. Let's call this your audition. Sickum.
What the? What?
Game over.
Did you actually just say that? God, how lame!
Yeah. What the heck? Oh, not this again. First at the beginning, now in the fight itself. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to rewatch this later if I want to watch the truthful thing. Like,
Audition over.
nope.
Did I get the part?
What the? Okay, what the heck is going on?
Did I get the part? Decay! What a rush!
No. Wait, is this the killing blow? Okay, wow. Okay, there we go.
That all you got? Domain expansion. I can read your soul. You're just a scared little boy whose daddy is mean and wants to make it everyone else's problem. Grow up.
Killing blow. Oh.
Hands off my masterpiece.
Oh.
I felt your soul too. You only hate humanity because you were born that way. Totally random. I hate them for a reason. You grow up.
No, no. I got it wrong. No.
What did I say, Wiz? Like a bitch.
With their complex power sets, this match was a puzzle to figure out, which is why we're breaking it down to 3 categories: physical stats, survivability, and their powers.
But first, let's address one thing. Could Shigaraki even see Mahito? He's an invisible curse after all.
Cursed energy and quirks are notably different, and Shigaraki wouldn't be able to see curses normal. However, even regular humans can spontaneously develop the ability to see curses in life and death scenarios. And with the search quirk, Shigaraki would have had no problem tracking it.
So seeing Mahito wouldn't have been an issue. With that out of the way, we can jump into their stats.
This was no contest. Despite the disaster curses being able to destroy entire cities with their cursed energy, Shigaraki's scaling to Deku and Bakugo meant he was calculably millions of times stronger.
Oh.
He was faster too, considering he could react to light beams, while Mahito's Black Flash capped out at nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. Nothing to scoff at, but Shiggy was thousands of times faster. Shigaraki takes stats.
But survivability was a little trickier to figure out.
Yep, in terms of raw durability, Shigaraki was a lot tougher, and his ability to generate
Well, the
new
cursed
flesh
energy
meant that he
that
could heal
Mahito
any
had.
wounds he might receive super easy.
However, Mahito is a curse and is immune to the kind of overwhelming physical damage Shigaraki could dish out. Not only that, Mahito's regenerative ability via idle transfiguration meant that he'd come back from
Then how
anything
did
short of
Mahito die?
spiritual damage.
Considering Mahito's unique curse body, he should actually get the edge in survivability.
Which presents a crucial question. Could Shigaraki even kill a curse like Mahito in the
Yes!
first place?
Or would Mahito's unkillability give him the time he needed to eventually put Shiggy down with idle transfiguration?
It all comes down to their powers.
Shigaraki had a lot more variety with all of the crazy quirks All For One had collected over all the years, but none that we know of could properly kill a curse. That didn't mean idle transfiguration was a surefire bet either, though.
Of all things, Shigaraki's vestiges served as a spiritual shield from the effects of idle transfiguration. The fact that Mahito could not avoid targeting Sukuna while attacking Yuji meant that he couldn't target specific souls inside a person.
And Shiggy has hundreds of soul-like entities inside of him. Sure, each one down means he loses a quirk, but that's more than enough time to land a single hit with Decay. especially considering how much faster Shiggy is.
And Mahito has no way to defend against Shigaraki's primary quirk. Decay has affected spiritual beings in the past.
Oh.
Again, vestiges. In fact, he was able to damage Deku's vestige and have that damage transferred to the Deku in the real world.
Mahito may be made of spirit energy, but he still has a physical form. In fact, sorcerers that couldn't naturally target the soul were able to fight him on even footing. No reason to think Shiggy wouldn't decay him like everyone else.
Giving Shigaraki the third and final edge. It was a unique duel to the death,
Oh.
but Shigaraki's overwhelming might, unstoppable powers, and deadly decay spelled the end for the disaster curse.
Nothing else to say. You really gotta hand it to Shigaraki.
The winner is Tomura Shigaraki.
Next time on Death Battle.
Oh!
Subscribe
Master
and join as a
Chief
member to
versus
see more
Guy.
Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
And that was the death battle. Wow. So that was interesting. The outcome was not what I was expecting. I literally was thinking Mahito had all the means he needed to win, but nope, it went to Shigaraki. Well, see you later, guys. And no, I might do a live stream later today. Another live stream. See you there.